Good morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. Happy Thursday. I'm going to go with Matthew chapter 6 and verse 34. Jesus is talking. He says this, "Therefore do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble." This one hits me, as the youngsters say, this one hits different. Jesus here is saying that there's a way out of anxiety, that there's a way out of trepidation when fear is your constant friend. How are you doing, man? Is that you today? Got a little anxiety for what's going on in your life? Have you been experiencing some fear, some dis-ease? Man, that's all of us. But Jesus says that there's a way out of it. He says we don't have to be anxious about tomorrow because tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. When the disciples asked Jesus, "Lord, how are we to pray?" Jesus gives them the Lord's Prayer. And you remember that at the end, Jesus says, "Give us this day our daily bread." When you're in a bind and when anxiety is high and when fear is just running course through your veins, I think one of the best things you can do for yourself is to ask God in prayer to allow you to just show up well for today. And God, I'm going to trust you with tomorrow. Amen? When people are grieving here at our church because they lost a loved one or when they're going through some sort of trauma, I'm always kind of brought back to this wisdom. You know what? When life is going well, you kind of get to look at it from a big picture perspective. You get to think about next week and next month and next year and next 5 years. But when you're going through something, man, you need to understand that if you try to process a month at a time, you may not make it. You got to process the next 6 months all at one time, you may not make it. But Jesus says sufficient for the day is its own trouble. Translation, you may not know how to have a good year, but you know how to show up well for today. And you know how to trust God for grace for today. The old folks used to say it this way, take it one day at a time. I want to encourage you right now, don't try to figure out this week. Just try to figure out this moment today and allow God to grant peace and harmony in this moment for today. And what ends up happening is that the next day, when I look back on yesterday, I can see that He was with me yesterday. He'll be with me today, and so forth and so on. Don't let anxiety take you out, but trust God for His grace for today. And that's hope for today. I'll see you next time.